were dealing with yesterday. Right now, across the board, sitting in the upper 50s and the mid 60s. Right now, along 290 Brenham, 56 degrees, 58 in College Station. Here in Houston, 63 beautiful degrees. But I mentioned a lot different from yesterday. That's because at this time yesterday, we were already nearly at 80 degrees. Right now, we're anywhere between 20 to 25 degrees cooler, and boy, you can feel it. One thing about it being pleasant is that our winds really not strong at all. Winds are coming from the north at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Pleasant, low humidity, sunshine. If you're heading out to the airport over the next few hours, shouldn't be running into any issues. High temperatures today topping out at a beautiful 68 degrees under mostly sunny skies. You can see that cold front that passed through now moving its way through the Gulf. But as we go into the day tomorrow, a high pressure system is going to drop in. That's before our next cold front. That next one, it's a big one. So take a look at this roller coaster. From today, 70 degrees, 68 to 70. Tomorrow, 84. Potentially breaking a record from 1989, but then a big cold front comes through. That's going to drop our temperatures for Thanksgiving into the 60s. Now, we do have a 20% chance of showers and storms. The good news is that's very early in the morning. Of course, Lisa, Andy, I'll time out that rain timeline coming up.
Okay, Karen, right?
Nothing.
Yay.
Absolutely nothing. We have a chance for rain, but we're talking 4 a.m.
Okay.
Light showers. Unless you're waking up very early for the turkey, which I know some people are,
Right.
You're likely not even going to know that it's rained.
Okay.
And if you're traveling today, no issues across Texas.
Great.
In fact, up to Dallas, plenty of sunshine. Central Texas also looking great as well. And if you're heading off to the airports right now, not seeing any major delays across the entire United States. Looking ahead to Wednesday travel impacts, not going to be seeing any here around Texas. We are expecting some snowfall across the Rockies. You can see portions of far western Colorado and also the Great Lakes region, especially into Thanksgiving. Lake effect snow is going to be possible. So if you're traveling to the northeast on Thanksgiving, try to get there on Wednesday. Otherwise, conditions are going to start going downhill pretty quickly. As for us here, we are currently on a weather roller coaster. Yesterday, 86 degrees. That was a record high temperature. You likely felt that cold front push through last night. Cold air blowing in, but that's making today beautiful. Highs today, upper 60s to the lower 70s with low humidity. Now, as we go ahead to Wednesday, a high pressure system drops in. This is going to increase our temperatures right back to the mid 80s, certainly possible. We can hit records again, but then another cold front passes through by Thursday. High temperatures in the mid 60s, and I want to say 60s is likely where we're going to stay for the upcoming week. So a lot of big changes. Let's walk you through what's happening, starting with our most important Thanksgiving forecast. You can see as we go into the day on Wednesday, we'll start to see winds coming from the southwest ahead of the front. That's what heats us up. The actual cold front passing through around 6 a.m. in the morning, and then a high pressure system moves in. That's going to bring plenty of sunshine, not just for Thanksgiving, but for the friends and family staying through the weekend. Just tell them Texas is always feeling like this. Future Track is going to show you we've got cloud cover this afternoon. That's going to start clearing out as we look ahead to Wednesday. Sunny skies, warm temperatures in the 80s, and then into Thanksgiving. That's the 20%. It's just this light rainfall, 5 a.m. in the morning, clearing the area, and then we're going to see cool air ushering in by Thursday afternoon. Sunshine, perfect for playing football after eating really everything. Thanksgiving dinner, temperatures topping out in the mid 60s. Cooling pretty quick into the upper 50s, so certainly plan on having a jacket. But look at this. I mean, we haven't felt this big change all month. Take a look at our November high temperatures. Every single day in orange, that was a day where we were well above average. Twice we had record highs. On the 7th, 1 degree shy of 90. Yesterday, 86 degrees. Now, we did have a brief cool down last week, but it only brought us to seasonal conditions. Highs last week were 70 and 72 on Wednesday and Thursday, But today, much different. In fact, even this morning, you likely noticed the stark change compared to the 86 yesterday. We woke up this morning here in Houston at 48 degrees. For our friends in Katy, 43, 42 up in Livingston. So a cool start to what just feels fantastic in the afternoon. This is a live look from the Houston Zoo, and I love this shot because you can tell a lot of folks are off of school this week, and look how busy it is. Folks are out there and everyone's got on jackets. It's been a while since we could say that. Temperature currently 63 degrees at the zoo. That means we're 19 degrees cooler than this time yesterday. Yesterday, we were already 82 degrees. Not only are we cooler, but our humidity is in the 50s. It is crisp. It's a perfect hair day. Just a light breeze from the north. Really hard to complain about the weather today. Across the board, we're sitting in the mid 60s and the upper 50s right now. 57 up in Huntsville, 63 here in Houston, 63 in Sugar Land. Just beautiful out there with that light breeze. So if you're doing any last minute gardening, perhaps you've got folks coming in town, today's a perfect day to make that yard look good. High temperature is going to be topping out in the upper 60s to near 70 degrees. Enjoy it today because gardening is not going to feel quite as good tomorrow. We've got a high pressure system dropping in. Couple that with winds from the southwest. We're going to be right back in the 80s. So if you need to do some last minute yard work, cleaning up the house before the relatives get in, today is the day to do it. Tomorrow's going to be back to feeling a little bit warm before the cold front bumps us down into the 60s for Thanksgiving. We are tracking a morning cold front with rain chances. Coming up, we'll time out your turkey trot forecast because those rain chances thankfully coming extremely early. Andy, Lisa?
All right, Caroline, thank you.
You don't even check luggage. This man's like, I'm a carry-on guy. I'm not messing with it, which I get because
I've had so many bad
I
experiences,
know.
right? You live and you learn.
You were talking about the solution.
AirTags.
Great
I
idea.
swear by AirTags. It's $25. You don't need a subscription fee. They last for several years. And if they can't find your bag, you know, when they're like, oh, we don't know where it is.
Right.
You can be like, I see. I see. It's in Denver right
actually-
now. Actually, I know exactly where it is. So AirTags, cannot recommend it more if you're going to be checking your luggage. And then hopefully everything else is smooth.
Yes.
Right now, if you're heading out, things are looking pretty good. We've got all green. That's what we want to see, especially the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. As for travel woes, we are going to be seeing some impacts from weather. That's going to be impacting western Colorado, really the Rocky Mountains, some snowfall possible. Wednesday, also areas just to the south of the Great Lakes dealing with some weather moving in. In fact, as we look ahead to Thanksgiving, major impacts possible from Vermont, Maine, New Hampshire. Definitely make sure if you are heading up to New England, I would get there before Thursday. Otherwise, you are going to be running into quite a snowy situation. As for us here in Houston, we're on a weather roller coaster. 86 yesterday. Today, 60s to 70. It is just perfect outside. A cold front's going to be coming before Thanksgiving, but that means tomorrow ahead of the front, warm southwest breeze. That'll bring us right back to the mid 80s. So if you do have outdoor activities to do, I would get them done today while it feels so lovely because Wednesday, likely more records. Thursday, the big day, 66 degrees. We are tracking rain chances, but a lot of us aren't even going to notice the rain. Let me show you why. Our future track has that cold front dipping through Dallas on Wednesday afternoon. Here in Houston, it's going to be by the coast at 6, and then a high pressure system moves in. That's going to make the rest of the weekend Turkey terrific. Take a look at our future track. Today, going to be keeping that cloudy skies. Tomorrow, before the cold front, you'll see mix of sun and clouds. Temperatures heating up to the mid 80s. That front dropping in early Thursday morning. This is it. Just some light rain showers and sprinkles. So if you're up extra early cooking, you might notice. Otherwise, most of us not going to see anything by 7 a.m. Showers pushing off the coast, and then that cloud cover will move out by the afternoon. It's going to be feeling amazing. So for your Thanksgiving dinner, comfortable. 64 degrees at 2. By 5 o'clock, 58, sunset at 5:23. And then as we look ahead to Friday and Saturday, things still look great. For Black Friday going shopping, 62 degrees, a bit cool, might want to grab a jacket. Saturday, 64 degrees, and that cooler weather is actually going to be staying with us as we go into the first week of December. The far East Coast well below average, but even here in
Record-breaking heat today, it's finally more
A
seasonable.
whole different chapter.
It's about
Caroline.
time. We played it a little close to Thanksgiving,
Yes.
but today feels magnificent. And you're right about yesterday. We set a record high temperature. I mean, it's just the cherry on top of what's been a hot month. Let me show you what it's looked like, because every single day we've either been right around normal, or the majority of the days we've been well above normal. You'll notice 2 days this month we were in the red. That means it was a record high temperature, and that includes yesterday, 86 degrees. Well, I'm sure you might have felt it if you stepped outside last night. A cold front blew through, dramatically dropping our temperatures. In fact, by the time we woke up this morning here in Houston, we were 48 degrees. Up North Freeway, Huntsville was 42 out there in Brenham. So a dramatic drop in temperatures, about 50 degrees overnight for many. Now today we're heating up beautifully. So if you have the day off, perhaps head to the Houston Zoo. A lot of folks have that idea. You can see they're out there, some in short sleeves. A lot of jackets though this morning. Temperature wise, extremely comfortable, just shy of 70 degrees, a calm wind, temperatures about 15 degrees cooler right now compared to this time yesterday, with low humidity across the board. It feels amazing. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s right now, 65 in Conroe, 65 also down on the island. A very light breeze coming from the north with low humidity. So heading out to the airport today, no problems coming up. We'll talk about airport travel throughout the country through the holiday forecast.
All right, Caroline, we will see you for that. Thank you. Forecast.
Yeah, hopefully no major hiccups anywhere.
I don't think we're going to have any major hiccups here in the south, but I'll tell you what, if you travel to the Great Lakes Friday, I fully expect some interstates to be closed.
Oh, wow.
We're talking lake effect snow. That means feet. Michigan,
It's true.
areas along the New York lakes as well. Take a look at this. Today, any issues at the moment, but as we go through the week, conditions are going to get a bit worse. Not here. Travel impacts tomorrow. You'll notice western Colorado, the Rockies, going to be dealing with a bit more snowfall. Also, the Midwest starting to see some moderate impacts, mainly just going to be rain. Now on Thursday, we'll start to see some colder air ushering into the Northeast. That's going to lead to some major impacts for areas across Vermont, New Hampshire, and up into Maine. Still, most of the Northeast, it is going to be moderate impacts. We're just talking mainly rainfall. Hopefully you've already made it to your destination by Thanksgiving. As for Friday, these are going to be the major travel impacts impacting the Great Lakes region. We're talking Buffalo to Cleveland, areas in northern Michigan as well. Several feet of snow possible through the weekend. So if you're traveling to the Great Lakes, just be aware you might need to hunker down for a little bit. No problems if you make some extra leftovers. Speaking of leftovers, here in Houston, we're going to continue to see cooler air leftover from a front that's going to be pushing through Wednesday night into Thursday. Thursday afternoon, we're going to be falling through the 60s, but we are tracking an early morning cold front. That's going to bring with it rain chances, so let's time out what you can expect. Thankfully, not going to be a washout. In fact, as we go through the next 24 hours here in Houston, a mix of sun and clouds. By Wednesday afternoon, you'll start to notice sunshine. Winds are going to be coming in from the southwest ahead of that cold front, and a southwest wind quickly heats us up. This means tomorrow, very possibly, we can be seeing record high temperatures back into the lower and mid 80s. But then that cold front starts to move through starting early on Thanksgiving. At 5 a.m., you can see a light band of rainfall passing through Houston. Nothing heavy. We're talking less than a quarter of an inch. By 7 a.m., passing through the coastline. And after that, we're drying out. That thick cloud cover pushing out of here by noon, which means by Thursday afternoon, beautiful for a nice walk after extra pie. In fact, your Thanksgiving dinner forecast, you'll notice those temperatures falling through the day. At 2 o'clock, comfortable in the mid 60s. By 5 o'clock, 58 degrees. And let me tell you, that nice weather stays with us as we go Friday and Saturday. No issues. Highs in the lower to mid 60s. And if you like the cooler weather, tell you what, our extended forecast for the first time in weeks has our temperature staying well below average. You'll notice our 10-day forecast keeping us dry through the weekend. A 20% chance of showers on Cyber Monday. And we're going to watch for another cold front next week. That's going to bring more chilly air, which means our temperatures going to be staying in the 60s, maybe warming up to the 70s. But after Wednesday, no more 80s as we look through the rest of the month. I do want to point out these low temperatures as we go through the weekend. Saturday morning, we're going to be waking up in the mid 40s, so a lot of cooler air moving in. Andy, Lisa, certainly going to want to be finding those big jackets. If not, Black Friday deals, you should order some.
There you go. All right, Caroline. Thank you.
We were in the mid 80s. In fact, we had a record high temperature. If we go back to the weather graphics, you can see temperatures 15 to 20 degrees cooler. Definitely chilly, but I would say pleasant. A live look outside from our Houston area Chevy dealers camera showing mostly sunny skies, some high cloud cover out there. Temperature wise, just delightful. Right now in the upper 60s, mid 60s down on the island, not having any problems. A very light breeze from the north, low humidity. So if you're heading out to the airport, no problems for your travel. You will notice temperatures tumbling down into the mid 60s as we approach 7 o'clock. But some big changes are coming. We've got a cold front that's going to sweep through on Wednesday night. Ahead of it, temperatures are going to be really warm tomorrow, back to nearly record-setting temperatures. But then as we look ahead to Thanksgiving, that cold front bumps down our highs to the mid 60s. We are tracking rain chances. That is going to be so early in the morning before sunrise. But Lisa, Andy, I've got your hour-by-hour Thanksgiving forecast coming up.
We'll see you then, Caroline. Thank you.
Comfortable right now. Here in Houston, we're 68 degrees. Up in Dallas, a bit cooler at 60. Corpus Christi, 71 degrees. Across the board, we've got plenty of sunshine. You can see up in the Colorado Rockies, they're actually seeing quite a bit of snowfall. I know those who like to ski and snowboard love that. But here in Houston, tell you what, our cool weather not lasting very long. Today, right about 70 degrees. Tomorrow, we're going to see our temperatures climb into the mid 80s, potentially breaking records. That's ahead of a cold front that's going to sweep through early Thursday morning. We typically do see some of our warmest air right before a cold front. So that's why we're going to be warming up so much. The southwest wind quickly heats us up. But by Thursday, temperatures 66 degrees. That's our high temperature for the day. Let's walk you through what you can expect. As we go through the overnight hours, mostly cloudy skies. That means temperatures starting off our day tomorrow 5 to 10 degrees warmer. By the afternoon, mostly sunny skies, winds from the southwest. That'll kick temperatures into the mid 80s. Our cold front moves in late on Thursday. So waking up on Thanksgiving, if you're up bright and early, 5 a.m. in the morning, light rain showers are going to be possible. Very light, shouldn't be impacting travel. Reaching the coast by 7 a.m. That thick cloud cover moves out of here by 10 a.m. That means sunshine and comfortable conditions for your post-feast walk. In fact, Thanksgiving dinner at 2 o'clock, 64. You'll notice those temperatures dropping through the day. That's as the colder air starts to settle in. By 5 o'clock, 58 degrees. Definitely make sure you bundle up out there. We're going to be staying cool, not just for Thanksgiving, but even for Black Friday and Saturday. Picture perfect for all of the guests who are visiting town. They're going to think, what do you mean Houston's hot? The weather here is perfect. And let me tell you, we're staying cool even as we go into December. That first week expected to be cooler than normal. It's been a long time since we've been able to say that. Our extended forecast showing with it temperatures forecast today because it is just stunning outside. A live look from our Houston area Chevy dealer's camera. Bright blue skies. Plenty of sunshine. Today has just been feeling magnificent. Yesterday we were 86 degrees. That was a record high temperature. Today much cooler. In fact, topping out in the upper 60s to the lower 70s. Right now 64 in Huntsville, 68 here in Houston. A calm wind right now. And as we go through the evening, you're not going to notice temperatures dropping very quick. That's because we'll start to see an increase in cloud cover. That'll insulate us. So by 8 o'clock, still going to be in the mid 60s, waking up tomorrow, upper 50s. So a cooler start to what's going to be a really warm afternoon. You'll notice winds starting to kick in from the southwest tomorrow. That'll bring us to the 80s before we drop right back down into the 60s. But I've got much more on our temperature roller coaster coming up.
We'll check back, Caroline. Thank you.
As we go through the entire Thanksgiving week. Now, as we go into the day tomorrow, we are going to see some moderate impacts in western Colorado and Utah. That's going to be mainly just some Rocky Mountain snowfall. In the Midwest, they're going to see a system start to move through, mainly going to be rain, a little bit of snow mixed in, and that snowfall actually going to be increasing as we go Thursday and Friday because of a cold front that's going to push through here in Houston as well. So on Thursday, some pretty major impacts possible from Vermont to New Hampshire up through Maine. It's not going to be until Friday that I think we really start to see the biggest likelihood for major delays. Thankfully, nowhere near us. We're talking lake effect snow all along the Great Lakes areas to the south and to the east. That's where they can see several feet. So if you're traveling to areas in far western New York, Pennsylvania, near Erie, you could be dealing with some closures. Otherwise, most of us looking pretty good. In fact, here in Houston, we're going to have a cold front blow through. That's going to bring temperatures into the 60s, mostly sunny skies by the afternoon, but we're going to be starting with a cold front. So let me walk you through what you can expect. Tonight, we're going to see increasing cloud cover. That's going to bring with it, unfortunately, much warmer temperatures before our cold front finally blows through on Thursday. That means nice weather as we look ahead to the weekend. So a closer look will show you that increase in cloud cover tonight, keeping us 5 to 10 degrees warmer into Wednesday. Wednesday afternoon, highs right back into the 80s ahead of our cold front with winds from the southwest. And then as we go into Thursday morning, that front will start to push through the area. 5 a.m. you can see showers moving in to the Houston area. Nothing too heavy, just some light rain showers advancing to the coast by 7 a.m. Most of us won't even know that it rained. The big difference is going to be the cool air funneling in, that thick cloud cover out of here by noon, which means our Thanksgiving forecast looking turkey terrific. It is going to be comfortable, perfect for some extra pie, a little walk to burn off some of the calories. You'll notice those cooler temperatures staying with us for the entire 10-day forecast. Hey, stay with us. We'll be right back after a short commercial break.